up to the last possible S in the ACC, and it's Syracuse and our good friend Fran Brown.
Yep, the Syracuse Orange, looking at their schedule right here. Big year for Fran Brown last year, 10-3. Went to a bowl game, and man, just a team that I think definitely exceeded expectations when you thought about, just year one and a program like that, 10 wins, and then going and winning your bowl game against Washington State in the Holiday Bowl. Big time exclamation point on what was just a big time season for all of Syracuse University, for the football program, and certainly for Fran Brown and his staff, of which we're familiar with a lot of those guys. But here they are heading into year two, and now, unlike last year when there was basically zero expectations, they have a whole lot of expectations. And so how do they deal with that? We're not going to predict that right now. We're just going to take a look at who they play. So beginning with Syracuse's 2025 football schedule, we're going to start with the bit of a banger right out of the gates. The Tennessee Vols right there in Atlanta, Georgia. A neutral site game, Aflac kickoff on Saturday, August the 30th. The Vols will, I think, almost undoubtedly be in the top 25. I would think Syracuse probably in the mix as well. But Tennessee right out of the gates on August the 30th in Atlanta. And I don't know Syracuse's history off the top of my head. I don't know how often they've done neutral site games or anything like that. But I have to imagine Atlanta, Georgia versus Tennessee is a bit more than they bit off in years past. Maybe I'm wrong on that, and I'll be happy to be corrected. And I mean that in a complimentary way of, like, that's a big-time game to start the season. Mm-hmm. And not normally a game like Tennessee would normally be playing more of a, quite frankly, let's face it, a named team. Yep. Not Syracuse, but I think it just speaks to, who they are becoming. Then on Saturday, September the 6th, it'll be the UConn Huskies, who are no slouches. There with Jim Mora Jr. Friday, September the 12th, they will host Colgate. So back-to-back home games against UConn and Colgate, and their first and only non-Saturday game of the entire schedule will be on that Friday against Colgate. So, I mean, I highly doubt I guess it could perhaps be on national television, but I don't think there'll be a lot to that game. We'll just hear the final score at some point in time. I don't think
teams are going to play on Friday if it's not national, right?
But that could be the ESPN Plus game.
Could be the ESPN Plus game.
Yeah.
So they have that, and we will shut it off there just in terms of the first three games of their non-conference schedule, because they still don't have a bye coming just yet. We will get to that, but they're about to start conference play, so before they do, we'll at least stop here, and I'll get to the rest of it here in the next few words.
That's a banger. We love bangers, and that's a banger because Syracuse makes that a banger. Tennessee, of course, involved, but that makes it a banger. And I'm not looking at the entire schedule. That could be, this thing's going to be tough for Franny.
Garrett, you know who the quarterback at Syracuse is going to be?
I have no clue.
Yeah, you know a lot about him, though. It's going to be Ricky Collins.
Oh, I did not expect that. Okay.
Transferred from LSU. And was a highly recruited player.
Very highly.
Yeah, very highly recruited player. So Ricky Collins' first start is going to be against Tennessee.
Give me Tennessee then in that case. Yeah.
I mean,
no offense, but yeah, that'll be a big time game to debut.
And look, Knoxville to Atlanta is just a couple of hours. So that's, even though it's a neutral site.
The SEC team, no matter what, if they're playing in Atlanta, it's a home game.
Well, it's like any Big 12 team playing in Dallas or Kansas City. I mean, honestly, if you're playing in Dallas or Kansas City in the Big 12, at least classic Big 12, you're going to have some people.
Who would win the game between Colgate and Crest if Crest had a football team?
To be your best requires commitment, dedication, and intensity. It's what defines elite athletes and inspires Airwaav to find new ways to optimize your performance. Introducing Airwaav Recovery, a mouthpiece designed to work while you sleep to further unlock your potential. Airwaav Recovery features our patented reflex technology, small, integrated bumps uniquely positioned to activate your tongue's natural response. Your tongue will instinctively move forward, opening your airway and improving your quality of sleep. And thanks to our patented fitting material and a purpose-designed support wall, you'll enjoy a secure, comfortable fit all night long. With Airwaav Recovery, you sleep better and recharge faster. Airwaav Recovery. Recharge your potential.
Got to be Crest.
Okay.
Advanced whitening. I mean, 4 out of 5 dentists aren't just bullshitting you.
All right, Craig, back to normalcy.
All right, so non-con, Tennessee there on August 30th, the Atlanta-Georgia Aflac kickoff game. Mentioned UConn, Colgate at home. And then up next on the schedule for the Syracuse Orange, you will start ACC conference play on Saturday, September the 20th. So it'll be 8 days in between games because you just played on a Friday, but still no break yet. It's just the first month, but wrapping up that first month with your fourth contest, you'll be on the road at Clemson to open ACC play. So in the first 4 weeks, they will play Tennessee and Atlanta, and then Clemson out there in Death Valley. They continue on Saturday, September the 27th. They get the Duke Blue Devils at home there at the JMA Wireless Dome. So Duke, and then another game before they get a break on Saturday, October the 4th. It'll be a road trip to SMU and to the University Park, Highland Park area of Dallas, the affluent area of Dallas right there. But a great spot just to fly right to Love Field and drive, 5 minutes? And you're basically probably where you're staying. I mean, it's very convenient. And that is where they will finally close out the first portion of their schedule. So Tennessee in Atlanta, UConn and Colgate at home, Clemson on the road, Duke at home, SMU on the road, and then they take their first breather there on October the 11th.
This was a hell of a congratulations on your first good season in a very long time in the ACC. Now here's a new one scheduled for Syracuse when you got to go to Clemson, then play Duke, and then go to SMU. 3 of the best teams in the conference, and you've already played Tennessee on your schedule. We'll see how far along. We'll know before that first bye week how realistic it is for this Syracuse team to contend.
As good as they were and fun to watch and what they did, this could be where you bit off more than you can chew. Not because of anything you've done. The expectations because of the schedule. Good God, that looks tough.
Yeah, I mean, they'll be well-seasoned, that's for sure.
And we'll get to the end of it, but
no,
there is.
They hope so.
There is. I mean, this is.
There's not a lot of breaks.
There's
Unforgiving.
Yeah, it's unforgiving.
So
absolutely.
After SMU, you get the break on Saturday, October the 11th. Then you come back Saturday, October the 18th. Pitt at home, which is not a gimme game by any means. Then you go to Atlanta for the second time, as you will take on Georgia Tech there at Bobby Dodd Stadium. Then come back, and I was wrong. I misread that. Their second Friday game, I was wrong about that. I wrote that down wrong. Their second Friday game based on this, unless there's been a tweak to the schedule. Perhaps that's what happened, but I'll go with what's in front of me. The second Friday game, North Carolina in Syracuse. And then Saturday, November the 8th, they go to Miami to play the Hurricanes. So that second block of the schedule, Pitt at home, at Georgia Tech, North Carolina at home, at Miami, and now their second and final bye week.
Okay, so far.
Can they tap out?
So far on their ACC schedule, the worst team on paper right now is North Carolina.
Yep.
And their coach is Bill Belichick.
Yes.
So, the good news is it's year one of Bill Belichick. The bad news is it's week 9.
And by then, you maybe figured some things out, tweaked a little bit. Yeah.
So
yeah, man,
goodness.
they've got some. I mean, so far we'll get into it. They've got some cool road trips, but just wait because they've got another one coming up. When they come back from their second bye week after having gone to Miami, they go back on the road 2 weeks later, and they go to South Bend to play Notre Dame as their fourth non-conference game, and then they close out the season back at home on Saturday, November the 29th. Against Boston College. So that is the full rundown of their schedule. 2 Friday games. I thought for some reason that Colgate game was the only one, but no, that North Carolina game is as well. So Friday, September the 12th against Colgate. Friday, October 31st against North Carolina. The other 10 are all Saturday games. And in terms of the schedule and kind of how it lays out with your breaks, you get 6 games to start off, or what? Yeah, 6 games to start off the season, 4 games in between, and then 3 to end it. So a 6-4-3 in terms of your
double play
bye weeks. Yeah, in terms of your bye weeks, and then obviously, I mean, if you're a person who travels around with the football team, I mean, this is awesome. This is freaking great. I mean, you're going to Atlanta twice. So if you didn't go the first time, you can go the second time. You can go the second time, you maybe went the first time. You're going to go to Death Valley. You can go check out Highland Park in SMU. You've got Miami. And then you've got Notre Dame. Like, dude, that might be the most badass road schedule in terms of, like, not wins, but in terms of, like, traveling around and having big places to go to. That might be one of the best road schedules in the country.
Every one of those games, not all of the white, but the ones you mentioned, Tennessee could be top 10, Clemson top 10, Miami top 10, and Notre Dame top 10.
SMU would be top 15.
And SMU will be in the mix. By that time of the year, depending on what they do, they could be in the mix. They could have 5 road games, and all 5 teams at some point could be in the top 10.
And there's not like a down road game. There's not like you go randomly to
like Florida State.
Yeah, to some bum like Florida State or something. Yeah. No, I mean, but no, like you don't just randomly go to Boston College or something. It's like it's all like teams. It's like good teams on paper.
They don't play Wake, who I think is going to struggle.
Yeah,
they
don't play NC State. They don't play Florida State. They don't play Wake.
Louisville.
They don't play Louisville. Those are some of the teams they'll miss out on.
Yeah. So they got a tough one, especially going to Clemson, to SMU, to Georgia Tech, to Miami, and to Notre Dame. That is a vicious road schedule.
Yeah, I keep thinking at Tennessee, but look,
and here's the thing, and you throw a game on any site against Tennessee, who's going to be really good next year, probably. I mean,
I wonder then maybe an SEC schedule where the algorithm goes against you. Will anybody else have that many teams that most likely are in the top 10 to 12 of the country on the schedule?
I mean, there's too many games. If we had like the ESPN or like one of the the recruiting site like level of like national like staff of like 5 interns running around to do that, we could probably run that through the mill and see who, like, we could compare all of the schedules together, right? Mm-hmm. But I have a very hard time believing that there's too many of the conferences we're going to go over that has a more stout road schedule, like pound for pound, but probably the way to put it, the pound for pound on paper road schedule. I highly doubt there's as many, because I think everybody's probably got some like just rando, like I'm going to New Mexico, or like theirs are all just like damn good games potentially. So yeah, that's a brutal schedule on paper. Now they're coming off of a 10-win season, so I don't think that they're too bothered. And I know that certainly a Fran Brown team is not going to be, intimidated very often, if at all, and they're going to take the challenge head on. But after 10 wins a year ago, and yes, like Kyle McCord's gone, and so they're losing some good players, but their over-under, the last I checked, was 5.5. So
I can see that.
That's a pretty significant drop from year one. That's barely making a bowl game, but when you look at the schedule, I think you can kind of see where they're coming from there, certainly with that outlook.
You see that look Fran Brown has on his face? It's a little glassy-eyed.
Mm-hmm. He's looking at
kind
of
looking up at the schedule going, shit.
Yeah.
Hey, wait a minute. But did you give me give me his slang, though.
What I would tell you is that he's a very confident person that
he will. Yep.
He'll take it head on. He's got a really interesting staff. Do I think that they'll match last year's record this year? Based on the schedule, no, I don't. But if they go in and start winning some games, I also will be less than surprised, because I think he's going to be really good. So.
Yeah, 10-3 won't have you in the playoff, but I mean, it would have you like in some serious consideration of if there's like a 16-team playoff, you go 10-3 with that schedule, people would be like, that's a damn good 10-3 team right there.
Yeah,
or
absolutely.
10-2, whatever.
I mean, look,
it'd be 9-3. Excuse me, not regular season.
Yeah, quarterback wise, you're going to play Nico Amaliava, Cade Klubnik, Darian Mensah, Kevin Jennings, Eli Holstein, Haynes King, Carson Beck, and I'm guessing C.J. Carr at Notre Dame. And I'm not leaving out the other ones intentionally, and we don't really know who North Carolina's is going to be right now. But, man, that's a who's who of good quarterbacks in the country.
One of the other things about the Boston colleges or whatever, Duke, though, you never know when it's going to be that year where they're up. There's a team like that or two, and, of course, Pitt is solid too. All right.
But I will tell you about their roster. What's very impressive, and look, they've been in the transfer portal quite a bit over the couple years, but they have a lot of retention from last year to this year, which I think is a very good thing.
All right, is that it? Thank you. Who's next?
Virginia should be.
Virginia, the Cavaliers, will be on Monday when we have the next ACC team. And from Chris